meet life situation. Education. Intelligence consists mainly of what you have to put someone on a pedestal. The duties of a teacher are neither few. The best teachers are those who better than 1,000.
Good evening, everybody. Could you please confirm if I'm audible? Please put a yes in the chat. All right, thank you. I can see yeses in the chat. Good evening once again. Thank you all for registering and attending this national level online faculty development program on outcome-based education and application of generative AI in teaching and research organized by the exam cell of Government College for Women Autonomous, Guntur, Andhra Pradesh, in association with the Commissionerate of Collegiate Education, Government of Andhra Pradesh. Now, today we would like to welcome Dr. Kamal Shah, Principal, St. George College of Engineering and Management, SJCEM, Palghar, Maharashtra, who will be the resource person for the first session. And we would also like to welcome Dr. Mendes Shekhar, Professor and Director, MCA, Marine College, Kottakanam Autonomous, MD and CEO, IPSR Solutions Limited. He'll be the resource person for the second session. Now, about this FTP, this is a one-week FTP program with live sessions from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And today we are actually on the 5th day of the FTP. Now, fee for the LMS access and processing of certificate is rupees 400. All the participants who have paid the processing fee will receive the LMS access, the video recordings of or all the days, and the provision to download your FTP completion certificate. The procedure for receiving the certificate will be informed to you towards the end of the FTP. Now, if any of you would like to or make the payment, you can make the payment of rupees 400 to the account details I've already put in the chat. If you are unable to attend any of the live sessions, the recording will be available in the LMS. We have shared the LMS access details through email to those who have shared the payment proof in WhatsApp till yesterday. Those who have shared the payment proof in WhatsApp today will receive the LMS access details later in the day or by tomorrow. Now, if you have any trouble in attending the WebEx online session, you can join the YouTube live session through the link I've already put in the chat. You can use that to join through YouTube. And my name is Sijin Jacob George. I'm working as Global Relations Manager with IPSR Solutions Limited, and I will be the event moderator. Now, coming on to the first session, today's first technical session is going to be on outcome-based academic research. This is going to be delivered by Dr. Kamal Shah, ME, PhD, Postdoc Quantum Computing, Principal of St. George College of Engineering and Management, SJCEM, Palghar, Maharashtra. Now, Dr. Kamal Shah is the principal in charge of St. George College of Engineering and Management. She's a trainer for AICTE, ATAL program, and other faculty development programs. She has trained more than 3,000 faculty till date on OBAR NEP 2020, blockchain technology, and quantum computing. She has experience for more than 25 years. She is the recipient of 20 Pragmatic Women of India Award. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. And thank you all the participants for joining this session and showing your interest for outcome-based education. Let me share the presentation and we will start. Yeah, the slides are visible and it's audible.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Please proceed.
Yeah. So outcome-based academic research model, in this particular era, like when we are implementing the new education policy and everybody is talking about NEP 2020, multidisciplinary learning, students should be given lots of exposures to experiential learning, and faculty should do quality research because we want to compete at the global level with the global university. They are just standing on the door of the nation. They are just entering into our country. So it is now the question of even our existence, that if we will not do a good quality of research, we will not do good quality of teaching learning, there are chances that students will start preferring the global university campuses in country, and our colleges might not get the students. And that is a sustainability issue which will impact all of us down the line to the faculty members as well. So keeping that in mind, this particular framework, I would say, or a model has been designed where we academician can start thinking of doing research in a better way, I would say a fruitful way. So let us start and understand this particular process. So currently this particular 40-45 minutes when we are engaged, the process is like this. Initially, we will understand that what is OBAR model, outcome-based academic research model, how we can implement this particular model for our own subject, whichever subject we are teaching. Then next stage, we will see that how we can implement that with the students community during our lecture sessions or practical sessions. And then we can cherish the beautiful outcomes which we have designed in the system, like under OBR model, whatever outcomes you are expecting, definitely if we follow the structured process, slowly, we will get those outcomes. So this is a flow of the presentation today. And let us start with the first thing, that we all are academicians for many years, like we are teaching. Some of you might be very fresh in the teaching profession, and few of us, we are from like 2 to 3 decades into the teaching community, and we are teaching like continuously. So whenever we join the academic institute long back, it might be 90s, or the fresh ones you are joining the institute now, the academic institutes, the core is teaching learning process. So whenever we entered or we want to enter into the profession of teaching, and we, in the advertisement of the newspaper, when we observe, they always ask for academic qualifications. So teaching learning process is at the heart of any academic institute. So usually for a faculty member, when as a faculty, when we deliver the lectures into the department or in the institute, usually every semester we take one subject of our interest, our domain, because everybody has one domain which is very favorite to us, and then we want to take subjects in a particular domain so that connectivity is there and we can build our strength in that domain. So usually we take one subject of interest every semester, or might be some of the institutes faculty members are taking two connected subjects also. Then once we receive the subject, if we are an autonomous institute or we are the part of the design committee of the syllabus, what we do, we compare the existing syllabus with the syllabus of the institute of reputes like IITs, NIT, or any government college. Like that, we compare like what is going on into the world. Then we extend our boundary to global university, those who are very good. We take the similar subject and just observe that what all they are teaching, what all we are teaching. And if there are some lacuna in the content given to us, we add that as a content beyond syllabus, those topics. The faculty members, those who are in the circuit branch, like teaching IT, artificial intelligence, machine learning, then computer science, data science, uh, information technology, IoT, those kind of BTech courses, the faculty members, those who are teaching, they sometimes even visualize the Gartner's report, because the Gartner's report will give you the predictive technology, that next few years, which technology will rule the market. And according to that, we can prepare students. So these are the some of the effort usually a good teacher take for the subject given to that teacher, so that a differentiator can be established for that faculty member. Then when we compare everything with our own content, then definitely there will be some gap, and then we try to cover as a content beyond syllabus through some YouTube videos, or might be some MOOC courses, or might be some kind of, I would say, interdepartment kind of the project or assignments we try to patch. So this is a usual process what we people follow as academician in any field. I am from engineering field, so I am giving example of engineering subject, but this model is true for any field. It is applicable as good into the commerce and arts field as in the science field. When the students are there in the institute, the students, when they come into the first question usually in their mind is whether I will get a better placement or no. So they start learning the theory in the class, they start performing experiments and the solving case study into the tutorial. We organize few industry relevant certifications. Then we introduce students to some kind of workshop, video lectures, YouTube lectures and all. So they also learn something in the self-learning mode, collaborative learning mode. And then we prepare students for pre-placement training, interview, GD, PI, technical, and we prepare them for placement or higher study, whatever is their choice. So this is a learner's perspective into the institute. So these are the two things which is very much familiar to us and we are into this. But when it comes to the management like of any institute, so faculties are doing PhD publication, research funding, and some competitions they want to participate. All the management nowadays very much sensitive about their NIRF ranking, accreditations like NEC, NBA. If you have NEC, then grade of the NEC, improvement in the grade of the NEC. And then slowly, those who are big and established institutes or the organization, they all want to convert themselves into university. They want a better branding, foreign collaborations. So management has this kind of expectations, whereas faculty and students, as I said, we are in the classical scenario of teaching learning. Are you all agree to that? Can you raise your hand or somehow you can you acknowledge? Is this the situation in your organization also? Similar thing? Okay, thank you so much. So these are the classical scenarios like in majority of the colleges. Now what I'm sharing with you that because we are working with few management or might be some organization and faculty and student. So in this particular thing, there are gaps like somebody is expecting something and we are doing something else like, so there is a gap in between. So we want to now reduce this gap because we want to work in a conducive work environment where we all want to grow as a team. Management wants to grow, simultaneously we also want to grow as a faculty or a student. So we want to now bridge this gap between the expectations of the faculty and the student community and the policymakers or the authorities in that room. So how to bridge this particular gap? That is a question. There is a gap, we all know. Okay. So now how to bridge this particular gap, we want to understand. Now let me share one, I would say, a beautiful concept of Kaizen principle. So it's a quality conscious people, they use this particular Kaizen principle. Now I'll show you one picture. Just let me know that what is your reflection on the picture. So what are your reflections on the picture? What you can see in the picture? What is happening? Are you able to see one picture on the screen? What is happening in that particular picture? No, sir, it's not survival of the fittest because two species are different. It's a human being. Person is controlling animal, is pulling the ship. It's a ship like, okay. So somebody is pulling the ship. What are the facial expressions of the ship and the owner of the ship? Are they happy? Both of them, are they happy? The facial expressions are telling that both of them, they are not happy. Okay. So ship is inside some of the pit and the owner is pulling the ship. I would say with all the force, ship doesn't want to come out, but the owner is pulling the ship. So neither owner is happy nor the ship is happy. So this is a real-time scenario of Australian ships. The Australian ship called the Merino, who give very good quality of wool to all of us. Monte Carlo sweaters, we know that particular brand. And then they use that very fine quality of wool. Now that ship, the characteristic of that ship is what? They have lots of wool on their body, very huge bulk of wool on their body. So after a few days, when the wool bulk rises, they started, some kind of insect started developing into it. Then the wool got rashes onto the skin. So timely, a disinfecting material and the chemical should be sprayed onto the ship so that they can maintain the quality of the wool. So for that, initially what these farmers were doing, or the people, those who are herding the ships, what they were doing, they were creating one pit like this. You can see that muddy type of the thing, pit in which they put lots of chemical, and that ship are forced to go inside that particular chemical, disinfecting material. And then they start pulling one by one ship out of that particular pit. So here the owner have, or I would say the person who is helping the ship is actually want to help the ship. That they want the disinfection material on the ship. But the process is wrong. Okay. Because they are submerging ship from the mouth to the tail into the water with all the chemicals, and the ship feels suffocating, and the owner is not at all happy because owner has to put lots of force. So neither of the party is happy. They are not enjoying this process, though both of them, they know that we have to do this process. Now, can you compare that when our higher authorities, our HODs, our principal, our management, when they say, faculty, please do research, we want this many papers. Some of the colleges even put the target, 2 papers every year. You have to get 5 lakh of funding, 2 consultancies. When they start putting these targets on us, and when they say, instead, along with your teaching learning, do research. Do you feel that this particular picture depicts us also? Do you feel this is the same situation where we are also not happy and the management is also not happy? It's similar situation, no? They are pushing us to do research and we are into the teaching learning, correct? So none of us are happy. But the process is required, correct? The process is required. And we all know that we have to do research, we have to update ourselves, we have to do rescaling, upskilling, we know this. So now in this process, if we want to improve the experience of the faculty member and the management or the higher authority, what we can do, now you just observe the second picture. What you can see, happy ships. The face of both the ship, if you observe, the ships are happy. Why they are happy? Because what modification the owner has done, the ships are moving into one line. Usually they go in line. So they put one they prepared one pit where ships are naturally, there is a slope, a ramp type of a thing. Naturally, ships are going inside that disinfecting material and slowly going out. The ship doesn't realize that disinfecting material is already put on them because their face is always out. They are able to breathe. They are able to walk with their own pace and they are coming out. Now, in this situation, the purpose for both the parties solved. The owner got all the fish, all the ships disinfected. The ships are happy. They never realize that all the process is over. So in that, the wool quality will improve. They get a better business, better monetary benefits. So now we want that we should create this kind of Kaizen process into the system of our education, academic institutions, so that faculty members are always smiling when they are doing research. Okay. So this is what is a situation currently, and we want to convert that situation like a picture B using our OBAR model. So now all of us, we want to become a happy ship. Are we ready to learn OBAR model? Yeah, okay. So now let us see how this model is designed so that we all can change our situation from first picture to second one. So let us start. So now we want to bridge the gap slowly with our activities. So now to bridge this particular gap, the OBAR model has been designed with lots of experience of mine having in the academic field and switching from one stream of teaching to another stream of teaching and all. Through this experience, I have realized that this model is helping all of us in any field for doing quality research along with our improved academics. Now there is one activity for you. I am giving you 30 seconds. Try to get this penguin a fish. Okay. I'll stop here for 30 seconds. All of you try. And those who get, just either raise your hand or say yes or something like that. Penguin should reach to the fish. 30 seconds I'm giving you. Just do it. Okay. Now tell me, the people, those who have got at the early stage, first, second person, whether you have started from fish to penguin or penguin to fish. Those who have done very fast, have you started from penguin to fish or fish to penguin? The people, those who have solved very fast, they have done from fish to penguin, correct? Why fish to penguin? Because there is only one way as an outcome. When you start from penguin to fish, there are, if you observe very carefully, there are three different paths. Okay, there are three different paths. So three different possibilities to reach to your goal or a target. But when you start from fish, there is only one path. So only single goal and you can reach easily to the penguin. Reverse engineering, I would say. So those who have done very quickly, they have selected the path from fish to penguin instead of a classical path of penguin to fish. Now, why you might be wondering, we all are very senior teachers, why this second standard puzzle we are showing. It is just to set a context for OBAR model. That OBAR model also starts from the end. Whatever is our end outcome, we have to design. The way in this case, fish is an end outcome. Penguin want a fish, so fish is an end outcome. And from end outcome, when we start our journey, we reach to our target very fast. So just to set a context that the OBAR model is a model which starts from the target. End mein jo chahiye, that you have to decide first. Okay. So outcome-based academic research starts at the goal or a target. Whatever is end goal or end target, it will start. Then it work backward. Then it work back to identify the steps required to achieve the preset goals. Okay, so it's a reverse engineering, I would say. It is an incremental process linking one stage to the another. It is not a fluke or a random thing. It is a process. It is a scientific process, but instead of 1, the process starts at 100 and then it is going into the backward direction. Now let us understand what is our outcome-based education system, okay, in brief. So whichever organization we are working, that organization has one vision, okay. To fulfill that vision, we have a mission. Mission is what all activities we are doing so that we can achieve the vision. Now, to achieve that mission and the vision, every organization have multiple departments. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5 different branches are there, different departments are there. And every department have their own educational objective. That's why that department is established into the organization. So these are the program educational objectives of a particular department. Now, under each department, there are students. Okay, students are present. You can say IT department, mechanical department, civil engineering department, psychology department, like that, where there are different departments. Under department, there are students. So when students are coming out from the department, after 3 years or 4 years of curricula, we want to identify that student by some characteristics. Okay, if I say describe apple, you will say it's a fruit, it's round in a shape, red in a color, sweet, something like that. So these are the program outcome, 12 program outcomes are defined, which is defining a graduate. So whenever graduate, it is called graduate attributes. So these are the attributes when they are coming out of the department, they should possess all these characteristics within them. That is, through our regular teaching learning, we are developing these attributes to them. And these are program specific attributes. Some of the program like mechanical is quite different than computer. So if some special characteristics you want to develop into the students, you can have PSOs with you. Now, to develop these characteristics among the student, 12 different characteristics, we will see what are they. There are n number of subjects, like 45 to 50 different subjects we teach to students. Every subject develops some or other characteristic among the student. And every subject usually is divided into module. Whenever you see your syllabus, there are 6 to 8 modules and there are some objectives defined for each module. So I have taken an example. Let us say I'm taking one subject and that subject has 6 modules as a subtopic under the subject. And it has a objective and outcome like CO1 to CO6. So when I get a subject, what I do? I take a subject, I teach theory, practical, tutorial to the student. So this is how my single lecture or my single lab or my single word into the class is helping me to achieve the vision of the institute. This is how we all are connected through our subject to the vision of the institute. So this is the outcome-based education. And majority of us nowadays, we follow this process, CO, PO attainment, PO attainment, mission and all. How now OBAR, that is outcome-based academic research, what delta change we should do that during our teaching learning, along with theory, practical and tutorial, we should include some enrichment activities, which has a research component into it through assignment of the students, through self-learning activity of the student, or might be through the collaborative learning of the students. Now, let us say that how we can design this activity. Now, this research-based activity, they are the heart of your OBAR model. How best you can design the activity, that best you can have your, I would say, that best OBAR efficiency you will get. So the 12 characteristics what we want to develop among students are engineering knowledge, problem analysis, design, investigation of the complex problem, modern tool usage, ethics, individual teamwork, communication, lifelong learning. So we want to develop all these characteristics into the students. So now we know that we want to define a graduate, like the way we define the apple by 4 characters, 4 characteristics. Our graduates are defined by 12 characteristics. These are given by Washington Accord NBA. Now let us understand that how we can design those research-based activity which are the heart of OBAR. So let us take one subject of our choice. Like you can, I'll show you one subject. You can simultaneously work on your own subject. I am taking green IT, one elective subject for 3rd year IT engineering in our university. Okay, Mumbai University, this is a subject. Now, first of all, when the subject is given, what I have done, I have divided subject into how much theoretical part is there, how much numerical is there, which way what is the balance of the subject through knowledge, skill and attitude component into the syllabus, and I have identified the gap. So this is a normal process which we all teachers are doing. Now, under that subject, I had 6 modules. Like the first chapter is introduction, second is software development and data center, third chapter is data storage and communication, like this. So similarly for your subject also, you might be having either 6 or 8 topics, which throughout the semester you will be teaching in 45 hours to 60 hours. So whenever I get the subject, there are 6 course objectives that what I want to develop, which characteristics of the student I want to develop once I complete the delivery of the subject. So these are my 6 course objectives and program outcome, like what we have understand as a characteristic for the students. Now, after that, I have done that I want to develop this 12 characteristics into the student, but how many are, I would say, developed by teaching my subject? Because each and every subject cannot develop all 12 characteristics. Some subject will concentrate on some characteristic, another one will concentrate on another characteristics. That's why we need 45 to 50 subjects. Otherwise, one subject is sufficient. No? So my subject, when I have done COPO mapping, I see that some 5 POs are there, which are highly mapped, medium mapped, or loosely mapped with my subject. After that, what I have done, that I want to develop, instead of these 5 characteristics, I feel that students should learn communication skill, professionalism, society and ethics, that kind of things also through my subject. That was my wish as a faculty member. So what I have done, okay. So what I have done, I'll share with you. So whenever I got a subject and when I saw that COPO mapping and I want to develop few more characteristics of the student, and even in that semester, I want to do a research also, because as a faculty, ultimately at the end of the year during my appraisal, they will ask how many papers are produced, what you have done for the research, along with my academic results. So when I took the subject, I decided that in this semester, I will produce a one research paper through my subject. So as a OBAR, I am explaining now and then, it starts with the target. So I have fixed the target that in this semester, whenever I will teach the subject, I will produce one technical paper in some conference or journal. After that, day one, we started with the subject. So similarly, you also now, even semester majority of the university is starting now in January. You can decide what you want. You want patent, you want paper, you want case study, you want blog, you want survey, whatever you want, you decide at the day one of your semester from your subject. So I have decided I want a good paper from this subject. Then how I started processing. So I'll explain that from my experience, why I am explaining it to you, so that you know that it is possible and you can do it. So it is not theory, it is experience by which we have developed this model. So I had 6 modules to teach. I am taking the second module as a green software. When I got this particular topic, I started searching a few abstracts and everything from the library regarding this particular topic, because ultimately what is my target? I want to publish one paper. So I should know that what all people are doing, which way they are writing the paper. So only abstract of the paper, not the whole paper. Daily 1 hour, 1.5 hour in a week, not daily, in a week, 1.5 hour, I used to go to library and just go through the papers related to this particular topic. So this topic was telling that how software is also not innocent, how much carbon footprint the softwares are bringing, and all those things it is teaching, theoretical part from the textbook. Simultaneously, when I was going through library, I got one paper. This is a paper. Can energy usage data tell us anything about the quality of our programming language? So I found it interesting, because with NEP 2020, this is a relevant question of energy, carbon footprint, and coding. Okay, so it's a multidisciplinary question as a title of the paper. Like, because I was going through, I got this interesting title. And when these are the authors and all the credit goes to them, what they have done here in the paper, that normally when we do coding, usually we teach C, C++. When we were very young, a Fortran was there. Nowadays, very few people use Fortran as a mainframe language. Some of the students working in the gamification and computer graphics use Go. Some of them, they use C# also, and JavaScript, like, and PHP, Python, those kind of things. So out of so many languages, I was, first of all, as a faculty, not aware that this many languages are in existence for coding. And I don't know which language, when to use, how to use. So the first, I would say, thing triggered that I decided I have divided students of the class into the team size of 2 to 6 students according to the strength of the class. And then every student were given one group. So the students were given this group, functional group, imperative, object oriented, and scripting, and the name of the language. After that, as a faculty, my job is over. The students were given that particular task, that find out how many this language we are using at which place, which company is using, what kind of coding can be done using your group. So enthusiastically, within a class, 10 minutes, everybody took out their mobile and then they started searching, and then every group presented. After 5-7 minutes of presentation and 7-8 minutes of searching, total 10 to 12 minutes or my maximum 15 minutes I have invested as a faculty into the class. But you just see what peripheral knowledge has been created. Almost 20-24 languages now all the students are knowing, with the advantages and disadvantages, where to use, what to use. So now that differentiator into the learner has been created, which has improved their confidence as a software engineers. Then in the same paper, there was one more table. So after that, I shared this table to the students. They are telling that every language, whenever we do coding and when we compile the coding, it consumes the energy in our computer or laptop. So if we consider C language, which is very basic, is a 1 unit of energy, then the latest one, Python, everybody is now talking about Python, consumes 75.88 units of energy. So you can just see that by change in the language for the same coding, you can either save energy or you can increase energy. Now, student can imagine that in one organization where hundreds of computers are connected, lots of students are doing coding, either in Accenture or TCS or Wipro, how much energy they are consuming if they are using direct Python. So now the student realize that whenever they do Python coding, they have to call a library called NumPy. Why NumPy? Because all the code behind the NumPy are written in C language, which uses only 1 unit of energy. Now, this knowledge is not written into the book, and they got this particular knowledge through the self-exploration. And what afterwards we have done, so this is a research, like it is a research happen inside the classroom with lots of brain helping you. So many students are started searching, giving you information as a part of their assignment. You can always give a credit for the assignment. And then it was evaluated, because as an assignment, when we give them this activities, we have to evaluate. So I have designed the rubric. You can also design the rubric, and then according to that, they were evaluated. What is the outcome of the activity? So variety of languages platform for project implementation is known to students. So it has improved their engagement with the subject. Sometimes we feel, Array, I am teaching so good, but students are not listening. Their concentration span has reduced, like because they are Gen Z. So these are the way by which we can increase that concentration of the student into the subject. And we made one comparative analysis for our data, and we prepare a technical paper which is published in international conference in 2020. What is another outcome? By doing this activity, other characteristics started getting attained. Like because students are working in groups, so communication, and then they're presenting. So teamwork, communication skill, professionalism, all those things have started improving into the student along with the teaching learning. So with one target of one paper, we got many things: student engagement, improvement of your feedback, because they enjoy your sessions. So your feedback will improve. As a faculty, you improve your knowledge. So same subject, when we teach for the next time, we have a better material with us. So whenever NBA committee comes and then they say, Acha, show your course file over 3 years, how you improve. So we can always say, first year only theoretical, second year we introduce this activity. And this way we have improved our subject and content delivery. So we are achieving multiple things by implementing OBAR model. Then with the another module, the students participated in one poster presentation competition, and they were selected as a best poster. And here, this result analysis, what students have done at their home, this we cannot do everything in class, because 45 hours defined syllabus we have to complete. So this is a part of assignment students are doing at home, and sometimes you can take their presentation in a class. So students have prepared, and then they went up to kernel level. So they also started doing research, and lots of results when they come to you, you as a mentor just have to put it into the paper or a poster in a proper way, and the things are ready. So with minimal effort from my side, I will get multiple papers, poster from the class activity. So this is a strength of OBAR model. Now, when this teaching learning happen into the class, when we do this kind of teaching learning into the class, as a faculty, definitely we get lots of results, survey results and all required for the research paper. But in a student, you can see that their understanding of the subject are increasing at the higher RBT level. First time only textbook and the PPT, I taught the subject, it was only remember and understand, theoretical type of a subject. Then slowly, when OBR activities are introduced in one or two topics, students started achieving up to analysis level. Okay, they used to compare the things, they used to debate, all those characteristics were developed. And when the OBR is further strengthened, when third time when I took the subject, I introduced OBR activity in all the modules. Instead of one module, all the modules. Then on the higher level, cognitive levels were achieved into the students. In the question paper, I could ask higher level questions instead of remember and understanding. You can just see that before implementing the OBR model, what are the PO attainment, orange color bars, and the gray color bar are after implementing OBR, your COPO attainment process. So by this experience of mine, another teachers got inspiration, and the another subject we tried is using in the data structure and algorithm, DSA subject for second year. And we took a different activity. We asked students one small quiz is design that do you feel the subject it is difficult, not difficult. So they were not able to give unsatisfactory answers in the pre-assessment. But after implementing OBAR, you can see that students are very much satisfied with the and into the depth. So you can see that post OBR implementation, the response has changed to right hand side. They feel very confident about the topic, what you taught into the class. And this is one topic which all the placement company, whenever they will come into the campus, ask the students questions based on the fundamental of DSA. So we are improving our teaching learning process. We are improving the placement also for the students. So we are achieving few more outcomes. You can just see that after implementing OBAR, how the in the linked list topic of DSA, how the improvement has been observed. Then in third year computer, we have implemented this particular subject into the subject of information system. The teacher, instead of giving assignment question from the textbooks, they have given two societal problems to the student. Okay, these are the two real-time problem of the society now solved using the technology. And all the group of the students, they started giving different technological solution for the nearby societal problem. And then teacher could collect it, connect with the NGO, and then they got a very good response from the implementing community. Okay, so that was something which that teacher has achieved. And you can just see that other PO attainments the other PO started attaining itself in the intelligence system subject also. Teacher has not done anything. Teacher has just changed the questions of the assignment, and then all the community research has been done by the students, and student got those results. Teacher put it on the paper, and very good case study was developed by that faculty, which was appreciated by NGOs. So PO attainment levels. This is one more subject of final year, machine learning. And here also similar kind of activities we have introduced and we got this results. Now, as a faculty, we know that we usually ask questions, and against the question we write that which RBT level questions we are asking to the student. So before OBAR implementation, we have this kind of a question paper in 2019-20, where majority questions were up to level 3. Remember, understand, and analysis. And very few, like one or two odd questions were on apply, but students usually give that as an option. And many of the faculty and senior people also said ki nahi, undergraduate, we can ask only up to level 3. But after implementing OBAR and students are doing research, there are lots of discussions happen into the class. that level of understanding has improved. And when we started asking questions on even analysis, apply and evaluate, students were able to answer that. So this shows that how our question paper quality has improved after implementing OBAR model. So you can see that attainment level of green IT subject over last 4 years. So from 2.58 to 2.65, I am showing for 3 POs. And then another PO started attaining. So this is a real-time example what we have implemented in many subjects. Now we are implementing majority of the subject. So these are the results. In machine learning, along with the better PO attainment, there were 4 teachers teaching that subject in 2 divisions. So we made a group and then we publish a book. 2 Scopus Index paper were published. 1 patent we could file. And 1 FDP on reinforcement learning is taken by me because I have lots of R&D material on reinforcement learning and robotic in Indian Air Force. So I could take that particular, and the revenue is definitely generated because we are doing all this activity. And book is already available on the Amazon. So this is one subject as a normal teacher I am teaching, but by implementing this model, I would say I am cherishing the various outcome which I decide before the start of the semester. This is another subject, software engineering and project management. Here also collectively all the teachers we publish a book. Then PhD research scholars are guided now on the software engineering domain. Because initially people feel software engineering is a theoretical subject, but now in that also research scholars, PhD level people are working, and there I would say research work is penetrated till UG, PG, PhD, we could make that chain. So better research is coming out. And in Indian Navy, INS Hamla Malad, we have taken lectures also on software engineering and project management. I really don't have much idea, like if you have some subject of management, some faculty members, sometimes they take managerial type of the subjects. So in that, consumer behavior is one subject of MBA college, where we have implemented this model. That this model successfully work for the managerial type of the subject. So problem recognition, information search, these are the topics. All the students were divided into the group. They identified a very small micro scale industries, small store nearby college, and then they started doing question answer sessions with those shop owners. Whatever theory they were learning, they started implementing on real-time database, and from that consultancy has been generated because the revenue of the shops increased and they gave consultancy to the faculty member. So our MBA faculty member got very good consultancy from nearby shops. So faculty doesn't have to go so far. They got consultancy in the office itself. There are like how they have designed, they design a survey in the local product. Psychology of the consumer has been studied. Students sat there in the particular location for 3-4 hours. And then they observe what are the needs of the consumer, how to identify those needs. And then they got a very good consultancy based on that. Some of the, when we represent this model, some of the places we even got the appreciation letter from the agencies. So finally, outcome-based model or a framework, what are the outcomes of that model? The outcomes are lots of peripheral knowledge is generated within the class because students are working in group, they do discussion. From their learning, another teacher also get the idea and everybody start learning. The attitude of learning is developed, the engagement of the student increases, which help you to design your desired outcome of consultancy, grant, paper, whatever. Okay, because they start listening to you. Whatever you give, they start responding to that particular process. Then good quality research papers required for your NBA, NEC, NIRF. You can publish in a team of teachers or might be two institute in a collaborative manner. You can apply for grant with innovative ideas whenever it comes, and consultancy. And this all four are achievable because many of the faculty members, now we are training many faculty members on one or other outcome in their regular academic delivery. So there was a gap between two expectations and the processes. But with this model, we have built a bridge for the successful implementation of OBAR. So if now this is from my side, there are some questions, I can take the questions. Very nice, Joseph sir. So if there are few questions or you want to do it for your subject, some hand holding is required, we can help.
If you have any questions from ma'am, you can post it in the chat and we will take it.
Yeah, sure. Biochemistry, like some typical topic, the model is fixed, sir. This is a model. No other model you required, but you have to decide your target, what you want. You want paper, you want patent, or you want a case study, you want blog. That target, first of all, you have to decide that on this topic, I want this particular outcome. The way I have decided that on green software, I want to publish one paper. So that much work as a faculty you should do. And then based on that, you start designing the activity. To write that paper, what do you want? Do you want a literature survey? Then divide the student into the group. Assignment 1, read 2 paper and give me this brief about the literature survey. So your literature survey is ready. Some group will do some kind of survey. Your results are ready. So you have to plan your activity so that at the end of the semester, you get everything which you can assemble into one paper. Pharmacy subjects, similar way, like that is what, first of all, don't think about the subject, think about the outcome. Fish to penguin, pehle fish kya hai? So decide that what you want patent, then do accordingly. You want paper, you want book, what you want, first of all, that you decide. OBR is designed by me, so like you can through the seminars, webinars and all, you can understand this and you can get the number or the email ID from the organizers. And for your subject, I can do hand holding. So it is not something which is available outside and I'm explaining. It's a design model through our own experience. So material might not be available in some books. Nowadays, this pharmacy, biochemistry, those subjects, because they have mentioned here, I'm just telling that you start doing something with AI, artificial intelligence, and then that multidisciplinary thing you put into your subject. So ask students that weird thing, that pharmaceutical, you are designing some medicine, find out some AI algorithm which can do analysis very quickly. And then you can have a research on that. So in that way, you can ask students and group of students to work into the different domain. Okay? And then you can club it. You can publish either patent or a paper. There are no more questions, then we can conclude. So
Yes, I
thank
don't
you
see
so
any.
much, all of you, for attending the webinar. And I hope the things are useful to you for your subject.
Thank you, Dr. Kamisha, for the wonderful session. We will now move on to the next session. The next FDP technical session is going to be on OBE for accreditation and road ahead and AI assisted assessment. This is going to be delivered by Dr. Mendes Jacob, who is the professor and director, MCA Marine College, Kuttanam Autonomous. Now, Dr. Mendes Jacob is an academician and an entrepreneur with 35 plus years of experience and is the former director of School of Applicable Mathematics, MG University. He is a PhD in operations research and has to his credit a number of national and international publications and guided PhD students in mathematics and computer science. He is also the CEO of IPSR Solutions Limited, an IT company supporting higher education institutions in the implementation of outcome-based education and innovative teaching, learning, and assessment strategies. Over to you, sir.
Good evening. I'm audible, no?
Yes.
Thank you. Good evening and welcome to this section on OB again. We have gone through the concepts and we had a very interesting section today on OBAR. And now we will discuss about some topics related to the accreditation and how we will implement OB, what are the step-by-step processes, then some AI assisted assessments. Then tomorrow and day after tomorrow, we'll have exclusive sections on generative AI and underlying threads of OB. There is another section. And finally, we have a section on generative AI for research by Dr. Suresh Nambudiri. Okay, today we will start with an AI assisted assessment. We have earlier announced that we will be sharing that login details to all the registered participants. I hope you have received it. Then I will explain how we can use it for generating question papers and for course outcomes, then assessment activities like that. This is the application. This is an AI application. It's called questionpaper.ai. I hope you have received the username and password for this application on your mail. Now you can log into the system, and if you want to generate a question paper with the help of Generative AI, it's very simple. Click that question paper link, then generate question paper. Then you can have different types of question paper templates available in the system, or you can create your own template. Okay, all these are available. All the videos are available. Tutorial videos are available on the LMS. You can go through those videos again. Now, suppose we have template 1. We have chosen template 1. Then template 1 means there are multiple choice questions. On part 1 and part 2, we have short essay questions. In part 3, we have long essay questions. So if you are choosing the template 1, you can generate a question paper with this template. Okay. Suppose I'm choosing the template 1. Now, go to next. You can give the name of the question, the question paper model exam or intel exam or something like that. Template 1 we have already chosen. Institution type we can choose there. The name of the institution, program name, course code, name of the course. Now we have the Bloom's taxonomy levels, like understanding, applying is already there. Suppose I'm adding analyzing also. Difficulty level also you can choose. Suppose I'm adding challenging. Medium is already there. Then here you can upload your syllabus. If it is in the PDF format, you can upload that PDF format. Or if it is a Word format, you can copy and paste it here. Or even if you put a topic name or a name of your prescribed test, that is enough. So once you upload the syllabus, Then click generate so that the question paper will be generated. Now we have the question paper. This was the template we have chosen. The questions are there. The options, these are multiple choice questions, options, then answer key is also there. You can see the right side, the knowledge levels, according to Bloom's taxonomy of each of the questions. Then we have the short essay questions, part 2. Again, answer key. Okay. Suppose if you want to change this level, because you are you're not, maybe you think that this is not the correct taxonomy level, you can change it. Instead of K2, if it is K1, you can edit it. Or you can regenerate this question paper. So you can rephrase it. The question will be rephrased. Instead of yes, plain. Earlier the question starts with yes, plain. Now the question is rephrased. That also is possible. Again, if you want a detailed answer for a question, you can regenerate that answer key so that you will get a detailed answer for that particular question. So for your reference as a faculty, we can get a detailed answer like this. Again, if you want to delete some of the questions, so we are using Generative AI, so you can expect only 70 to 80% accuracy in this case. If you think that some of the questions are not up to that level, if you want to change those questions, that also is possible. See, for example, you can delete the question. We have deleted one question here. Suppose I'm deleting the second question also, just number 10. So I deleted 2 questions now. So instead of those 2 questions, we can add questions now. The same process, you can upload the syllabus or a part of the syllabus. So instead of 2 questions, you will get more questions or suggestions so that you can pick that particular questions which are suitable for in that case. So there's some problem with the network. Now you can see the questions are there. So we have deleted only 2 questions. So now we got around 10 questions. You can choose, say, 2 questions. We have deleted only 2 questions. So choose 2 questions so that it will be inserted in the same place. We have deleted question number 9 and 10. You can see with the answer key, those questions are already there. Okay. And if you want to have a preview of the questions, you can have the preview of the questions. Just 1 minute. You can see the question paper like this. So this is the question paper with the header, footer, and everything is available. The taxonomy words are also mentioned. And no answer key, because this is the preview of the question paper only. Now we can download the question paper as a PDF format, and we can take the printout and conduct the exam. No, if the students or any other person is using the same tool at the same time, then they will get a different set of questions. Will not be repeated. And as a faculty, for your reference, you can download the questions with answer key. That also is available. These are the questions with answer key. Now, many professors are using it, especially those who are setting question papers. So in less than half an hour, they can set a question paper. So this is a way we can generate a question paper out of this AI application. Then we have another feature, that is, we want to generate course outcomes. It's very simple. The same process, you can give that a course name, course code, program name, and which scale you are using. If it's a 4-point scale, you can put 4-point scale there. Number of COs, it can be 5 or 4 or 5 or 6, whatever it is. You can mention that also. Then the COs based on overall syllabus. Yesterday I mentioned we can design course outcomes vertically or horizontally. Horizontally means based on unit or module wise. Suppose I'm generating the COs based on unit wise. Here also upload the syllabus. Now, many of the universities in India, they are using this application for generating course outcomes. There's a comment, yes, for mathematics and some subjects with symbols or images, we cannot expect 100% accuracy, but maybe 70 to 80% accuracy we will get, as I mentioned earlier. Otherwise, you can use the tools. There is a editor so that you can add symbols or mathematical equations there. Now we can see the course outcomes are generated. So we are getting 3 options for each course outcome. For each course outcome, 3 options. That means for you can see CO1, draft 1, we have an option. Then draft 2 also we'll get CO1, and draft 3 again CO1. Suppose I am choosing CO1 from draft 3, and CO2 also from draft 3, CO3 from draft 2, and CO4 and CO5 from draft 1. We have 3 options. We can choose from 3 options. Save it. Now these are our course outcomes. Okay. Update so that it will be there in the system. Now the most important feature is this assessment activity, because when we are implementing outcome-based education, we need to have unique or innovative assessment activities. So here it's very simple. You can add the course outcome here. Even we are following OB, definitely we have to focus on the outcomes. And based on the outcomes, the assessments can be created. Difficulty level, suppose I'm using medium. Now the course outcomes are already there. Already we have generated. Then we'll have the assessment activities generated against the course outcomes. You can see one assessment activity there. So different type of assessment activities are there. Now, if you want to regenerate, if you want to have a detail of this particular assessment activity, you can regenerate that one. This is mapped with the course outcome number 3. The description of the assessment activity, execution plan, group formation, roles and responsibilities, milestones in each week, evaluation criteria, project guidance questions, example assessment questions. So you'll get a detailed information about that particular assessment so that it's very easy for a faculty member to implement it. So many faculty members, they are complaining of additional workload when we implement outcome-based education. But with this type of tools, you can reduce that workload. Again, you can implement some innovative teaching learning activities. Okay. So assessments also we can create course outcomes. Many people are facing problems with the designing course outcomes, and many of the universities, they have redesigned the course outcomes. Okay. So this is the application. This is actually a pilot project was and gradually we will be implementing it in some of our other applications. And we are also incorporating the automatic grading of the assessments. Suppose a student submitting assignment, automatic grading can be possible so that again, it can be mapped with the course outcome so that the workload will be reduced. Okay. I think there are some questions in the chat. Most of the autonomous institutions use the same way. How unique my course outcomes will be? No. That is the creativity of the faculty, because the entire OB process, to start with the mission and mission of the institution. Then we have to identify the POs, the graduate attributes. According to the graduate attributes, we have to identify the course outcomes. Then we have to design the syllabus, the curriculum and all. Definitely, you can have a different curriculum for every institution. Depends on the strength of the institutions. What is the mission of the institution? That matters. And again, most important thing is the delivery. This is not a free tool. It's only a nominal amount for this because actually this is a pilot project. We are doing a lot of research on it. Question paper setting as per, yeah, definitely you can have your own question paper template. You can create your own template. A few templates are already available there. Theory paper is fine, but for mathematics subject, numerical problem. Yeah. As I mentioned earlier, we cannot expect 100% for mathematics. It can be done by yes or by default. Split up means, but if you have the template, the question paper template, marks are also mentioned there. Okay. Can we use it for literature subject like Hindi? Yeah, for languages also we can use it. We are using it now. There are some support numbers available so that you can contact them. Okay. The questions are clarified. Okay. So that is about this application, and definitely tomorrow and day after tomorrow, you'll learn more about generative AI so that you'll definitely come across with some other applications, especially for research, maybe a day after tomorrow. No, as I mentioned earlier, there are some other applications we have developed again for implementing OB in the proper manner. I will show one more. This is a question bank software, which the government college Guntur, they are using it for a question paper generation. If you are a university or autonomous college, then you can use this application for generating question papers. I will show you just one or two question papers generated. This is a demo question bank of basic electronics. This is the controller's login. Then there is a blueprint, a distribution of the question paper. See, for example, if there are 25 questions in the question paper, in this case, there are 25 questions, then each question, say, for example, question number 1, if it is from section A, unit 1, what should be the taxonomy level of that question? What should be importance level, difficulty level, or theory or nature? Similarly, for each question, we can set the blueprint like this. For the distribution of the question paper, we can set like this, according to the policy of the institution. Once the question bank is ready, the taxonomy, the blueprint is also ready. The controller can generate the question paper in a few seconds. Now, one question paper is generated. We can generate one more. So we have 2 question papers generated now. And without seeing the question paper, the controller's office can check the structure of the question paper. So you can see a blue color and a yellow color. The blue color represents the blueprint. Yellow color represents the generated question paper. So here you can see in unit 1, 2 questions are expected from section A. Now we got 2 questions like this. This is perfectly matching. But here there are some mismatches. This is because this is being a question bank, demo question bank, does not contain sufficient number of questions in each category. That is the reason. Otherwise, you'll get a perfect matching. So the controller's office can check both the question papers generated and they can go with one. Suppose I'm choosing the second one. Just add the question paper code. Then we'll get the question paper like this. Header, footer, everything is already there. You can see is each question mapped with the Bloom's taxonomy levels and course outcomes. It can be displayed in the question paper itself. Each question you can see mapped with the taxonomy levels and CO. So for autonomous colleges and universities, this is a right solution because a lot of logistics issues are there if you go with the manual question paper setting. So once if you have the question bank, vetting process, everything is there. A lot of processes are there behind it. Just I have shown how to generate a question paper. Proper monitoring, control of the entire process will be there by the controller's office or HOD. The principal can monitor it. So the faculty can be involved in framing questions and developing the question bank so that everybody will be thorough with the Bloom's taxonomy concept and the OB concepts. That is the advantage. Many institutions are using it and it saves a lot of money and time. That is the main advantage. And this question paper .ai, that AI application, now we are integrating with this application so that once if you upload the syllabus here, you'll get the questions and you can pick those questions and add to the question bank. And from the question bank, the controller can generate the questions. And all these questions are already mapped. Okay. So this is another application. Examination department will generate, yeah, definitely. From the controller's office, they can generate the question paper. As I shown just now, in less than 1 minute, they can generate a question paper because question bank, everything is already set. The vetting process, everything, we can do it in advance so that no logistics issues are there. So that's about this one. These are some other tools we can use. Okay. Now I will give you an idea about how we can go ahead with OB implementation. See, for example, many faculty members, they have some confusion where to start and how to start for these things. And how OB is useful for accreditation purpose. So now we have gone through all the concepts. Okay. So we started with the basic concepts of learning domains, then mapping, design of outcomes, mapping of outcomes, attainment calculation, and in between there are some case studies. So These are the areas we have already covered. I'm skipping this slide. Now, the OB implementation process. For that, definitely define learning outcomes. That's very important. Identify the desired knowledge, skills, and competencies that students should acquire. These outcomes should align with the program's goals and be relevant to the industry or field of study. Okay. Then design curriculum and assessments. Develop a curriculum that aligns with the defined learning outcomes and innovative teaching, learning, continuous assessment, and evaluation strategies. Create assessments that measure the attainment of these outcomes, such as projects, exams, or portfolios. So whenever we design an assessment, definitely it should focus on the outcomes. To attain the outcomes, we need activities, and to measure how the outcomes are attained, we need assessments. So this is the OB implementation process. We can start with the initial training for the basic concepts, like Bloom's taxonomy, very much essential. Every faculty should be thorough with the concept. Then the OB architecture. Then we have to prepare an OB manual. There is a OB manual draft, a template provided in the learning management system. You can go through that LMS and you can go through that OB manual. So prepare an OB manual where the policy of the institution, everything will be mentioned. Then formulation of outcomes, curriculum development and outcome mapping, identifying innovative teaching, learning, and assessment activities. That's very important. We should not go with the conventional practice. Now we have to change. More learning activity should be there. And assessments, authentic assessments. I hope Dr. Thomas will give us an idea about authentic assessments. Then preparation of outcome-oriented course plans and assessment plans. OB-focused question paper generation using ICT tools. If you use ICT tools or AI tools, it's good. Then attainment calculation again by using some of the ICT tools. Generating and understanding reports on OB. That is very important because this is a continuous improvement program, OB. So every year when we are redesigning the syllabus, definitely you have to analyze the previously generated reports, analyzing feedback and improvising the process. And one step ahead, I can say that colleges like Government College Guntur, they are going one step ahead now. So identifying best practices, research on innovative teaching learning activities. Then we can publish books, journals also. Journal publication is also possible. In Marine College, we have published 2 books on OB. In one of the book, almost all the faculty, they are authors. They have mentioned their the best practices followed in their course or in the department. So in that way, you can publish books. Then leading the way in outcome-based education, that is organizing FDPs like what Guntur College is now doing. We can also associate with you, conducting faculty development programs. And you can be a leader in the locality, or at least in the state or in the university. And you can act as mentors also. Many of our the faculty members of our colleges, where we are providing a mentoring, they are now resource persons for FDPs. The St. John's institutions in Palghar, Mumbai, from where Dr. Kamal Shah is the principal of that engineering institution. We were associating with that institution for the last 1 year. She is one of our resource persons. Then benefits of OB, again, clear expectations. OB provides clarity on what students should achieve, reducing ambiguity. Students and instructors have a clear understanding of the desired outcomes and can work towards them. Helps institutions ensure desired levels of knowledge and skills. Assurance of learning, we can mention it. Yesterday, I have just gone through that analytical reports. You mentioned the assurance of learning there. So for accreditation purpose, you can, the old manual, NAC manual, in all the 7 criteria, you can mention about OB. Starting with the criteria 1, how the curriculum delivery is properly, or how the curriculum is properly delivered. You can mention about the OB manual, and in the OB manual, you can mention all these processes. So from criteria 1, then identifying slow learners and advanced learners, then designing of add-on courses. What is the requirement of add-on courses? Definitely, from the OB reports, you can mention that some of the add-on courses are required. Helps institutions identify areas for improvement in teaching methods, curriculum, and learning outcomes. Then student-centered learning. OB promotes active learning, engagement, and critical thinking. Students take responsibility for the learning and are actively involved in the learning process. Once if you focus on the learning activities, there also you should have some innovative practices. Okay. Then OB, the Q factor in academies. Implementation of innovative teaching, learning, and evaluation methods improves quality of teaching, improves quality of learning, improves placements, proper implementation of processes. That's also very important. Improves accreditation ratings, helps to meet the challenges of NEP. Then definitely the online training, that is also part of new education policy. You can have a 4-quadrant model. A 4-quadrant model means video content should be there, e-contents, documents, web links, etc. Then assessments and evaluation, discussion forum. The LMS provided for this FDP, it contains videos, e-contents or web links are there, assessments, and we have discussion forums. So this is the 4-quadrant model. At least for one of your modules or units, the course, you can implement an online training. And Moodle is one of the best platforms. It is free also, it's a free software. You can load with suitable contents. Then we have a lot of education tools available now. Google Tools, Mentimeter, Padlet. I can show you how I'm using Padlet in classrooms after this slide. Then we can avoid repetitive tasks. Okay. Discussion forums we can use, research forum, doubt clearance, etc. Assessments, quizzes. Workshop for peer evaluation. Actually, in our LMS, there is a workshop activity. You are submitting the course outcomes and the fellow participants, they are evaluating it. So that again, learning is happening. So this workshop activity is a learning activity. Again, lesson activity. We can mention assurance of learning there. This is the lesson activity. Another feature we have implemented for this LMS, for this particular FDP. There is a video on Bloom's taxonomy, and you have to go through that video, and you have to answer the questions. There is a test, and if you get the pass mark, you can come out of it. Otherwise, again, you have to go through those videos. So in that way, the students are learning, or we can say assurance of learning. Then database creation, wiki. These are all features of Moodle. These are all learning activities. Wiki is just like Wikipedia. So explore this Moodle, the tools or the features of Moodle, so that you can implement the online online training, which is more helpful for OB implementation. I'll give you another example, which we have every year in our college for MCA program. We are having a Creative Studio, a program called Creative Studio. This year it is AI-powered Creative Studio. Already we have conducted it. This is actually a 56-hour long power pack creativity enhancement workshop. 56-hour long means they have to do it continuously. In between, they will get a little time for sleeping and other activities. So there will be 10 teams. 6 tasks will be there. We have 60 students. 10 teams means 6 students in a group. And there are 6 tasks for each group, so that every student will be a leader. They have to create videos based on some social problems or sustainability or something like that. Posters also they have to design. And these are the skills acquired during this program. You can see problem solving skills, creative and critical thinking, time management skills, leadership capabilities, teamwork, crisis management, self-learning skills, general management, ethical and social issues, analytical and logical skills, technical skills, communication skills, so that all our program outcomes are achieved. These are some of the photos of this year's activity. These are all POs. We have 9 program outcomes for our institution. So all these program outcomes are addressed during this particular workshop. Okay. Yeah. IPSR is actually celebrating our Jubilee year this year. So we are associating with many of the education institutions, especially for the OB implementation and mentoring part. This is our mission, transforming education to empower students and educators through innovative IT and academic mentorship, impacting millions and building brighter futures. This is our achievement. We have mentored more than 1 lakh students and trained more than 35,000 faculty members from 7,000 plus higher education institutions in OB. And as our Jubilee Year initiative, we are also having a faculty ambassador program. This is actually as part of our mission. We are seeking passionate educators, faculty members to join our faculty ambassadors collective. That's a program. Leaders who will inspire change and share their expertise to elevate education nationwide. So if you are interested, you can join with our team so that you can be resource persons. If you are interested in further research, especially in the subjects like education or innovative teaching learning activities, incorporating generative AI, you can also join our team. We'll publish papers, publish books, etc. And we are also conducting some offline workshops pan-India. Some of the workshops are scheduled in Bangalore, Goa, Mumbai, then in Gujarat, in some other places like Hyderabad. Many places are already scheduled. So if some of you are interested, definitely we will think of conducting some workshop there in your location also. So that's about this section, and I will show you one more. Padlet. Yeah, just 1 minute. I'll show you how a Padlet can be used for a teaching learning purpose. So this is a Padlet. Actually, this is a free tool. The video is available in the LMS, how to create your own Padlet. All the videos are available. Now, this is my dashboard. I have some Padlets like this. I'll show you one Padlet. Through this Padlet, I have given some assignments to the students. You can see I'm teaching graph theory and operational research for MCA students. So for MCA students, actually, they are not that much interested in studying graph theory or computer or operational research because their core subjects are computer science subjects. So in the first week itself, I used to give an assignment like this. This is the assignment. Please identify and explain an application of graph theory in computer science. You may include case studies to support your explanation. Please note that duplication of topics is not allowed. That is very important. And any repeated submissions will be rejected. Early submissions will have the advantage of avoiding topic duplication. So you aim to submit as soon as possible. Now, I have given this assignment on a particular day in the forenoon. From the afternoon itself, the students started submitting the assignments. This is the first one, like second one, they started submitting it. The reason, I have given a condition here, duplication of topics is not allowed. So usually when we give assignments, the student will submit in the last minute, the last day, and many of their assignments are, they might have copied it from their peer students. So here, this is visible for every student. Automatically, that duplication is ruled out. This is the first student submitted, second student submitted, so that when they submit the assignment, they have to go through the already submitted assignments. In that case, the most lazy fellow Has to submit at the last, and he has to go through all the assignments submitted earlier. Again, that is a learning process. It's a learning activity. Plus, he has to go through all the other submitted assignments. Now, they've come out with some particular topics which are all applications of lab theory in computer science. Now I ask them to create videos. And if the videos are good, I will upload them in the official YouTube channel of our college. 2 years before, 2 students, they have uploaded their videos in the official channel, and they got placement mainly because of that. So they can put it in their resume. And creating videos, it's not a simple task. They have to understand the concept, then only they can explain it. So this is one of the tools we can use. Padlet is a free tool which we can use, especially for activities like this. Then Padlet also we can use for some other purpose. I will show you. We can ask the students to share their profile on the Padlet. And this I'm not sharing with anybody. If I approve this only, it will be shared to the public. Just for your information, they will be submitting their profiles and all. So many applications are there for Padlet, and some of the applications are mentioned in the videos. All these videos are available on the LMS. So it's important that you have to identify some innovative practices. That's very important when we go for OB implementation, not the conventional practices. Instead of that, we have to identify innovative practices. Do you have any questions? Can we use it for visual arts? Visual arts means, okay, to check the syllabus, sir. Somebody else. Question there. Okay, if there are no further questions, we will wind up for the time being. And as I mentioned there, we have 2 more days. What is the main usage of Padlet? Okay, a lot of uses are there. In the LMS, there are 3 Padlets available. There, that is for submitting your assignment. You have to create, generate, questions. You can use the question paper.ai, and you can generate questions, and you can upload it in the one of the Padlet. And another Padlet is for uploading course outcomes. Again, this AI application you can use, and you can generate course outcomes and upload it to the Padlet. And third one in the LMS, that is for assessment activities. You can create assessment activities again using question paper.ai, and you can upload it there. Okay. Make educational videos in Padlet. No, we cannot make educational videos. We can upload videos. We can upload videos or any link or posters. Even if we can ask the student to create video and ask them to upload it in the Padlet, so that you can evaluate it later. That possibility is there. All the features of Padlet as mentioned there in one of the videos, it is available in the LMS. Please go through those videos. Not only Padlet, we have some other education tools, and there are a lot of content related to Generative AI that is also available. Okay, then thank you very much. Thank you for your patience. And as I mentioned earlier, we have 2 more days. I think all these sections will be productive and useful for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Bender sir. Thank you for that wonderful session. Please note, everybody, tomorrow we have the session on underlying threats of OBE and generative AI in teaching, which is going to be delivered by Dr. Suresh Nambade. We expect you to be there on tomorrow as well. We will wind up for today. See you all tomorrow, same time, 7 p.m. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining today. We will see you tomorrow. Have a pleasant evening.